So thank you guys so much for showing us your love for Elephant Kind, and that's the reason why we keep growing. And it's been amazing, and I have a secret to tell you. This next few months, we're not going to play that many shows, but we're going to come back stronger than ever.
We've been together for about 8 years now. We started the band in 2014. We played the biggest festivals in Indonesia. And then when the opportunity came to move to London, it's a simple yes for me.
Never in my wildest dream that I would just move to London. And like, especially when I've been traveling around with my family, it's always been about like my parents, and it's never been about me. And then this opportunity is the actual opportunity where I feel like I earned it.
Moving to London to me is a big and bold move because it's 20 hours flight away from Jakarta, and we had to leave our families and beloved ones. But you know, in order to make it to the next level, sometimes you just have to make some sacrifices.
The head of the record label, I say, he's a fan of the music, and then he was just like, you want to get on board with this? And I'm like, yeah, let's do that. Why not?
If you want to expand your career and your music, you have to be here. You cannot be in Indonesia and then back and forth to London. You have to be here in London, and then, yeah, right, let's go, let's do it.
You know, it's a offer that we can actually refuse. Like, it's a big thing.
I've said this so many times that it takes one person to believe in your dream. We were just lucky enough to find that one guy who actually believed in the dream.
Since we moved here to London, Rockstar would be like the first song that resonate me as an individual and as a band.
I would say Rockstar is probably the song that kind of reflects where we are right now. You know, like moving across the world from Jakarta to London.
When we record the first demo of Rockstar, and then I just pick up my AirPods, walk in the park, and then I was smoking. And I feel like, wow, Rockstar is meant to be for London.
It's the track that I've always wanted to write but couldn't. I don't know, it came out of nowhere, and I felt really strongly about the track, and both commercially and artistically, I think it has that appeal. I've never been more proud about a song than what we've done with Rockstar.
We're moving to Bali. I wanna feel our spark. Never meant to live in the city. I like to be in the dark. I'm just a living rock star. Without the money and the fame, I'm just a living rock star. Without the money and the fame. In the morning I feel spiritual. I found God by the shore. By the night I spend 2 turntables. I get turned on the floor. I'm just a living rock star. Without the money and the fame, I'm just a living rock star.
My mom was a jazz singer, but she wasn't able to pursue that as a career because her parents didn't want her to do music, because that was sort of harmful and dangerous as a woman back in the 70s to pursue that. So I feel like she was kind of throwing everything at me and my sister just to kind of take a chance, and she taught my sister how to sing. And I remember being there, and I was just like, why don't you teach me how to sing? And she's like, because I don't see that in you yet. So I decided to just work on my own voice. The best part of it, I found my own tone.
You said to me, Mama, why don't you teach me music, singing, how to sing like my sister?
Yeah, that's funny.
You're 4 years old, you always dance like Michael
Yeah,
Jackson.
so I picked up a bit of Michael Jackson and a bit of Freddie Mercury. So yeah.
I bought you cassettes.
Yeah.
Cassettes.
I remember my mom buying me a cassette tape of Queen, and I thought that's exactly who I want to be. And I think someone said this before, it's your failure to sound like your hero that allows you to sound like yourself. Hola.
Hello.
Take the seat. So we're just talking about how no one ever really thought of me doing music, and
Before. You
and
were,
then now
so quiet.
here I am. You had a band,
I had a band.
and I stole your drummer and
Basically everyone
everyone in the band. So that was the photo of your first show with the band, and I was in the band.
Yeah.
I moved back to Jakarta.
You
and then
were playing as
we're
a
at America.
At America, yeah. That was my first show with you.
Yeah. I had to move from Australia to Jakarta. I didn't know anyone, so my sister had a band in Jakarta, and that's how I met the boys. And one time Bayu came up to me and he asked me if I needed a drum player, and I said, yeah.
My first interest in music when I was 5 years old. Like any other kids, every Sunday, your dad just put up the best music. He got Queen, Def Leppard, and then he got Guns N' Roses. And then I remembered he played Bohemian Rhapsody for the first time. And I saw what's the drummer of the Queen? Roger Taylor, right? And I saw him play the biggest music festival. I think it's in Wembley. And then I feel wow, that guy is really good. And then my brother, he put the Def Leppard music. And then I saw the drummer, Rick Allen, the one-hand drummer. And then I feel I should be damn, I want to be a drummer. So yeah, I was 9 years old. And then I played my first gig in my school with my brother. My brother played guitar and I played drums, and then the other guy played bass, and then we started to sing All the Small Things from Blink-182, and then we played Green Day, When I Come Around. So those two songs I remembered. That's the moment that I realized I want to be a musician.
So I remember when I was in a junior high school, saw my mates, he was playing a Blackbird by the Beatles with guitar, with classic guitar, and I was sitting down and just straight asking my mom that, can you get me a guitar or something? I would really love to play. I learned naturally, organically, basically. So, and yeah, long story short, here I am, making music with my friends, and somehow managed to play other instruments without getting proper education in music.
So the band started in 2014, but that was actually my last school project where I have to like record a band, but I was like a loner in a way. So like I didn't really have that many friends that I can work with. So I decided to just record myself, and it was actually a solo project. The name Elephant Kind came around the rise of Twitter, and I followed this one account called Uber Facts, and it says elephants can die from a broken heart. And I really resonate with that. I was super lonely at the time and heartbroken all the time. And
He just came back from Australia to Indonesia, and I know he wrote music. He already wrote like 5 demos of it, and then he just sent me demos.
And then I asked 2 other guys to come in and rehearse in the studio. And then we went for like a whole week rehearsing. And by the end of it, everyone just chipped in money. And so I'm like, if we're going to split this 4 ways, then this got to be a band.
For the next 3 months, we just practiced together and then rehearsed together. So me, Bam, and we got 2 other guys. And then along the way, they decided to left the band. And funny thing is, Kevin is always there playing guitars in the studio, like while waiting for us. And then I just asked him, hey, do you want to be in a band and play bass?
Next thing you know, it's in for the long run.
Gue tuh bingung kayak mau di dead banget gitu atau I feel like the song lately, it's important for us in a creative way because this is the first song that we wrote together, the 3 of us.
Kevin came up with the bass lines, and then Bayu chimed in, and then I wrote the lyrics and the melody.
Really important for me personally, aside from the process behind it, I think the way Bam wrote the lyrics itself, it's totally reflects what everyone was feeling about the pandemics. It was like feeling of missing out, as in we cannot connect in person with our friends, with our families.
We never really jammed and found a song out of nowhere, and this was the very first time where I felt like I don't have to start something in order for the band to like proceed to the next level.
It was a very fun project and it was a very fun process while we're doing it. Somehow it really became one of the strongest songs in this project.
We booked like an apartment for a week outside Jakarta. Suddenly, lately just came out of nowhere. I remember Kevin just playing bass at and then I feel like, wait, that's good, man. And then Bum just starting to open his computer and then started making beats. And then for the past 5 days, we just focused how to make a really good song that turns out to be a lately. So yeah, I think lately it's really important for us because that's the first time the 3 of us got involved as a unit. During the pandemic, I feel like that's the end of Elephant Kind, but that song saves the band.
hope lately I could use somebody away from real love. I've been dreaming on my own for way too long lately. You could use somebody away from real love. You've been dreaming on your own for way too long. I nearly lost my shit today. We never meant to live this way. Being unlocked that makes me wonder if I never left down under all the noise, but I'm still feeling empty inside. All I need is light of real human touch. There's nothing to it. I hope lately I could use somebody away from real love. I've been dreaming on my own for way too long lately. You could use somebody away from real love. You've been dreaming on your own for way too long lately. I could use somebody away from real love. I've been dreaming on my own for way too long. Oh, lately you could use somebody away from reality. You've been dreaming on your own for way too long.
Before we moved to London, we heard London so much. I mean, like, I've seen it on the movies and the TVs about how London is really cold and then raining everywhere.
But it's not always the case. It's one of the hottest places that I've ever been to during the summertime. There's a lot of similarities between where my parents are from and the British. And I just love that about this place.
Everybody knows that London has its own perks and charms and history.
But like, I've lived in Australia and the States where it's always been intimidating just to walk down the street somewhere in Australia or in the States. And in London, I felt like it wasn't the case. And that's why I want to stay here for a very long time. It's because I resonate with it the most than any other places that I've been to.
Before we moved here to London, I was worried about our connections with our fans in Indo, you know, because we've been together for 8 years, and then they'll always be there when we have shows like in Jakarta or in other cities, big cities in Indo.
All the festivals that we wanted to play, we've played prime time. There are bigger bands in Indonesia, but then I know that we're not going to be competing with them.
I believe our fans back home in Jakarta is rooting for us right now, supporting us, knowing that we are starting over. Sometimes distance doesn't really matter. What's really matter is they are still supporting us.
I feel like they're dying to see what's next for Elephant Kind. It is a pressure for us, but I think it is a good pressure. It is the best decision for us as a band.
There is only one way for us to challenge ourselves more. I feel like we need to go to a new place and discover a new market and see if anyone like our music as much as they are back home. Love As means a lot to me because that was the first time Bayu and Kevin wrote a song together.
That's the first song for me and Kevin wrote for Elephant Kind.
I was just like messing with all my sins. We took that record back into our friend's studio, and then we started to like record all of these instruments like properly.
And I've always wanted them to write something for the band, and it's always been me producing it from like the get-go, and now I've got the boys to like kind of back me up a bit, and I feel like that way we can be a band for a very long time.
For the first time, we are working with a new producer.
So we got a little help from Sampets Davis.
He was really great. He was really nice person to work with. Super easy to communicate like everything that we really want according to the records.
He really emphasized some of the things that we didn't hear at the start. We shaped the record just the way it was from our first 2 records.
It was really fun, you know, like doing all the recordings and you know, like being like in this big studios like Rack Studios.
Everything that we needed, he pretty much provided them for us, and we're happy with the results. And I can't wait for people to hear it. So everything that I wrote revolves around things that I was going through at the moment. And there was a time where I feel like the band wasn't going anywhere, especially during the pandemic.
In 2019, we reached the top of the game in Indo. We played like, I reckon like 70 up to 100 shows in that year, 2019. And then COVID happened. And then we just shut it down.
It was really hard at first, you know, like we cannot meet each other in person, you know, it changed the way we made our music, getting nowhere, you know, like being lost.
I'm doing my own things, Bum doing his own things, Kevin doing his own things. Just one day, Bum texts me and Kevin, I have a new demo. And then when I first heard of the song, I realized he wrote the best music. The way he wrote the lyrics, it really hits me. He said, I feel like I'm not going anywhere and I'm afraid to get out.
We felt like we're not moving forward as a band. We used to like go on tour together and write records together. And at that point I thought maybe we should get back together by writing a song about it. And so we decided to write Nowhere.
this time next year, we'll have released new songs. Hopefully, we get to tour like around Europe.
Well, hopefully we're still gonna be together as a band. I mean, no one's gonna bail on me ever again.
Making new music that it's gonna touch a lot of people's hearts out there. I only want to play music for the rest of my life. Making our friends, family, and fans back in Indo proud of us.
I'm happy where we are right now, and I think the boys are really happy and go to places we've never been to. And if we just continue with this pace, I think we're gonna go really far.
I'm pretty excited for the fans to see the next chapter of our lives.
In the morning I feel spiritual. I found God by the shore. By the night I spend two turntables. I get turned on the floor. I'm just a living rock star. Without the money and the fame. I'm just a living rock star. Without the money and the fame. Staring at the night, it's the same blue sky. Except it's Superblue. When my eyes are blind, I left home alone. I live the same life every day. Frankly, pack her up, we're moving to Bali. I wanna feel all the spark. I never meant to live in the city. I like to be in the dark. I'm just a living.
Do you know how, like, people say there's always lights at the end of the tunnel? I feel like Elephant Kind is the tunnel. You're just constantly moving and just being in the shade.